Impact Wrestling here at Universal Studios, Florida. Big Pop TV tapings. They're so big that Kiera Hogan is here. Yes. Kiera had a really big match at the Redemption pay-per-view. Once again, the Lucha royalty, Taya. Just what was that experience like for you, wrestling her and also in a big pay-per-view?
Well, it was my first pay-per-view ever, so it was pretty nerve-wracking, pretty overwhelming. It was a pretty overwhelming experience, but it was great. I did work Taya, Lucha royalty. Man, it takes a lot to put her down, and I came up a little bit short, but it was an amazing experience otherwise.
When you're preparing for something like that, and it's like one of the biggest matches that you've had so far in your career, how do you prepare? How do you psych yourself up for something like that?
I try to just center my mind. I try to just think about the crowd. I try to think about all the elements that go into it and try to just center my mind so I don't overwhelm myself with too much emotion, but I have to be really emotional to get into my like full girl on fire facade.
How did you think things went over with the crowd too, when you ever look back at it?
I think they reacted really well to it. Like we got a lot of good feedback from it, a lot of good gifts from it. So I think they reacted pretty well.
Where did you get your start? What made you interested in pro wrestling?
Oh man, I've been a fan since I was 12 years old. 12 years old.
Who were some of your favorites?
Mickie James will always be my favorite. She's my idol. She's my everything. Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys. Like I grew up like in that era of wrestling. I knew I wanted to be a wrestler when I was 14 years old, and I trained down in Atlanta with Mr. Hughes, and I was training there for about 2 years, and then I started interviewing and announcing. So I've been in the business for about 4.5 years, but I've been wrestling for about 3.
How did you find Mr. Hughes and his training facility? You've had several that have come out of there and done well.
Yes, well, Moose is one of them, so he was there. Actually, he was on his way to do bigger things when I came in, but he did give me my first like announcing opportunity. I started, well, I'm originally from Atlanta. I lived, born and raised in Atlanta, just happened to look up wrestling schools, and WWA4 was the first one to pop up, and you know, I found a couple people that were already there, and you know, I got involved, and Mr. Hughes was like, hey, you want to be an interviewer, an announcer? And I was like, sure. And then he was like, hey, I heard you want to be a wrestler. You want to get in here and train? And I was like, of course, that's all I've ever wanted to do. So that's where it started.
That's so cool. Stories are so cool. Kiera, what did your family think when you said, they knew you were a fan, obviously, and you said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give it a shot?
They didn't think my obsession was gonna go that far. They thought it was just like a phase, like everything else. But I mean, I had to tell them, like, I didn't want to go to college at the time. I made a lot of big sacrifices as far as becoming a wrestler, but now they love and support me no matter what. They love that I'm doing great things, and they love that I'm here. My mom just called me while I was here earlier, and she was just like, are you having a good time? Are you having fun? But they're so proud of me, you know.
That's awesome. You get the family support like that. It's just so makes it so much better and all too.
Yes.
Did you play sports when you were growing up?
I played soccer for 10 years.
Travel, club, high school, rec? What level are we
Rec,
talking about?
high school, club.
Yeah, all three then.
All
wow.
three, yeah.
So when you were little and playing soccer, did you have aspirations even when you were young about U.S. national teams, something like that?
I did. I wanted to go to college, play soccer. That was one thing that I really wanted to do. I wanted to go to Florida because I wanted to train at FCW. But FCW isn't a thing anymore, so I was like, oh, I gotta stay in Atlanta.
If we're in Florida, and actually if you went to the University of Florida for soccer, that's one of the premier,
that was my plan.
Yeah, that's one of the premier women's soccer programs.
Yes.
FSU's not too bad either, actually,
yes,
for women's
not
soccer.
that bad.
But you made a good choice, though.
Yes,
going
I
the
did.
wrestling
I
route.
think I made the good choice.
What are some of your goals now?
Honestly, just to get better, just to learn every day. I want to be like a sponge. I feel like I'm learning so much being here, and I honestly just want to take in the whole experience of being here at Impact and wrestling all over the world and all over the country. Like, I really just want to be able to learn and get better every single time that I step foot in that ring.
Are you a WSU Spirit Champion?
I still am the WSU Spirit
Tell us about that.
So I won the belt February 2017.
Where are they based and what group is this?
This is the sister promotion of CCW. They're based out of Voorhees, New Jersey. So I've been the WSU Spirit Champion since February of 2017.
How has that helped you in your progression that you are a champion? And then did that help you get your big break here?
Shine was actually my big break for Impact, but WSU definitely opened a lot of doors for me, especially after winning the belt. I was very happy. I was in a triple threat match with Beta Scott and Sue Young, who is also one of my fellow knockouts. I actually won it off of her, so we have a little bit of backstory.
You got one up on her now.
Yes, now